So, hello everyone, morning was time for Fruit Basket. Most that's it. I am really excited, honestly, and also probably sad, but I had this theory, right? Talked about it last week. I had this theory since the graveyard scene in like episode 14, and that's a long time ago, right? We episode 7, season 3 now. This is like episode like 59 or something, 50 something altogether, right? And I think as many other people, right, I've been wondering, how did mom die, right? Why did mom die? We see haven't seen dad, how she looks. They kind of kept dad's face being all, so maybe because he's up here. But, I had this general theory that mom dies because of the cat, right? Because of Kyokou, the cat she's in love with, the daughter's in love with, right? Classic tragic fate, right? My general theory that I had then, 2 years ago, is that she was killed in traffic, right? So it's probably that someone's gonna hit the cat, as a cat form, actually as a cat, right? Not as a, not as in Kid Kyo, but as a cat. And she probably jumped in the way, right? She's probably gonna die protecting cat Kyo, right? And that is how she dies. That is why he's always got things like PTSD when and why he can never go to her grave and so on. He's always trying to avoid, going with tohru to her, to the cemetery and so on, right? And he has a PTSD trigger. So yeah, I'm excited and also worried, but I really want to see if I'm right. But that to me sounds good, all right? Good. Yeah, it sounds good. You know what I mean? It sounds good. I mean, as a reason, I just feel that this is a tier ahead, right? Since episode 14, right? But I just feel it sounds reasonable that if she dies in traffic, why does she die in traffic for? Well, she's a nice, cool, badass, she's like a Yankee guy with mom, right? She probably, just jumped in traffic, right? Trying to save a cat. Cat happened to actually be a medical cat, right? I just think that it just makes sense. I think it's a good theory. I mean, I think it sounds very reasonable, and that's why Kyokou's always like, your mom died. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah. So let's see it. And actually, one thing. This episode probably won't even address that, right? And I'm going to address something else. And I'm be like, but I want to see mom's death scene, or at least I want to get it explained to me. 3, 2, 1, and go. It would be kind of irritating now if we didn't have this episode has something to do with mom. Like suddenly it's back to, but I doubt that. I feel that Kyo had like a PTSD moment in the last episode. Yeah, he's his baddest mom here. Yeah. He befriends mom here before he kills her. Yeah. Tohru-chan! She's kawaii! Oh yeah, well, mom is hottest character. See? It is weird though, I feel that mom is the most attractive character in the anime, like by a lot. But she has that kind of, Yankee guy look. Her and U-chan is my best girl, yeah, but mom is probably the best girl, come on. That makes it weirder for me though, that Tohru's mom is so damn attractive. That's, it's like, what is this? I want Tohru's mom, yeah, come on, man. Well... So his mom died like that too. Is that PTSD for? Now see, he's gonna kill mom, right? This is what I mean. He's gonna kill mom. It's gonna be Cat's fault, yeah. And his mom is like, you killed that mom too. You killed 2 moms. Double mom killer. His mom, she gonna, right? She was cray. Yeah. I think she was, let's go to the prison. Whoa, it's like a weird tentacle hand stuff now. Yeah. Mom is like, yeah, let's go to this tentacle place. It's gonna be awesome. There we go. See, because her Tohru's mom was also like, I never forgive you. He's a double mob killer. That's it, man. Got a lot of blood with hand there. Tohru too? Oh my god, it's gonna kill everyone. No, but it's obviously his fault that his mom died. His mom was just crazy, probably. But I mean, we see it with Mobutu too, right? Like the mom goes kind of their mom doesn't really like giving birth to the zodiac, right? It seems a lot of mom is that, and I think his mom, I mean Kyo's mom, is understandably, you know, I wouldn't say like, oh, she did the right thing. I would say I think it makes sense that his mom is like, I gave birth to the ugly cat monster, right? The ugly zodiac. So she probably went, you know, mental, right? Giving birth to the cat, right? So that feels like an understandable backstory why his mom went crazy. Ooh, some more toxic love. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's ara time. Ara. Shigure is like, oh yeah. Come on. Yeah. No, I'm gonna give it to a dog man, a thirsty dog man. He's like, oh yeah. He's a dog after all. Yeah, gets grabbed there by Ara, and he's like, this is my shit, man. Gonna piss off her daughter by smashing her mom again. I don't know about you people, but I feel it's like, depending on how old you are, but I grew up watching a lot of Jerry Springer, okay? It wasn't like I was my favorite TV show, but I definitely watched it, you know, once a week or so, probably. So, and Jerry Springer is all about that, you know, like, you slept with my mom! Yeah, that's Jerry Springer every episode. And usually, too, with Jerry Springer show, the reason why they do it usually is like that, yeah. It's like, that's right, because you slept with my dad! usually have it really, I only did your sister because you did my sister first or something. That's kind of like every episode of Jerry Springer. They're always doing it like to piss off the other person even more. And then there's someone like, I have a secret. I have 4 sons with my husband, but he's not the father of any one of them. And it's like, that's like every episode of Jerry Springer, man. And then they start fighting and they go out of the club. But I felt that scene was very Jerry Springer. He's like, you slept with my mom. You have to piss you off. You slept with my, whatever, his cousin or something. You don't know, yeah. Something like related to me. It's like, that's right. That felt very Jerry Springer, that scene. It's like, that's right. But yeah, dog, of course, is smacking his way through the family again here. Yeah. Ara. Oh, he's like, why did you, hurt my horse god, man? Ara! But come on, I love her, she even says, because she keeps saying it too. I love his character. Ara! Oh my! Because come on, she even does the Ara! The best character. Evil screaming mom. But I mean, they're both schemers, so it's perfect. Yeah, they're a perfect couple together. Yeah, just do it for me, dog. He doesn't want to get the ashes. If it is ashes, maybe. It is best famous, interesting. Yeah. I should own Akira-san. Yeah, the parent is mine. What could this be? A flashback, I guess, with the papa when it's alive. Akito's parent is the father. It's a kind of, beautiful Bishonen. Oh, is she some kind of destiny? I mean, yeah, I think she was very thirsty for it. Immediately it's like, hello, Bishonen boy, and she slides in there immediately. Yeah, she's the most thirsty of them. Maybe she was a good wife. Maybe she actually really loved him, and she seemed, yeah, she's kind of crazy, but maybe she actually did love Akito's father. But yeah, I mean, she was, of course, I should just say that, but, the classic old angry lady, but clearly she was one of the aides, right? Yeah, one of the maids, right? She was one of the maids of the house, right? Yeah, she kind of sneaked her way into the family's money there, yeah, the fortune. No wonder the old lady hates them, because she clearly jumped up there in the hierarchy, yeah, she she slept with the owner, right? And kind of got herself to be the queen, yeah. She seduced the king there. The classic storyline of the thirsty maid, yeah, getting in there. But you could really see why the old lady hates her though. The old lady is like, your job was to be... But I guess she immediately hated... She wanted a son, I guess. Yeah, she immediately hated having a daughter, yeah. Doesn't want to have any woman in his life there, yeah. She can't, you know, love rivalry. Kind of weird thing. Yeah, she hated them. She was like, I don't want to give birth to some disgusting daughter. Ransom seems to be pretty bad at the beginning. Yeah, she was kind of a bad mom to begin with. She was like, damn it. Like, I don't want to have a daughter. Useless, yeah. But I guess it's gonna smash her again though. I do, you know, clearly Shigure is the best character because he keeps tapping into that Arara power. I don't know, maybe it also his weird toxic love thing. There's such his love interest with Akito is such a weird thing, so. But maybe he does, or maybe he just likes the, you know, the Jerry Springer show. He just wants to he wants to be the weirdest, most relationship that is the weirdest thing ever. I mean, it makes sense from like a really dirty kind of. No, like, oh, come on, you can't. You should have smashed her and then told her this. If I was Shigure, I would first have slept with her, right, and then I'll be like, haha, you know, afterwards. Yeah, it's like, haha, I got you, lady. That wouldn't be. Yeah, this is just boring, Shigure. Yeah, you should tap into the power first. She has some issues. They all have some issues. But I guess Akito was there probably. He wasn't butchered because daughter was there. But the old lady probably hated her. The old lady probably needed to piss her off though, because she's like, haha, revenge me! You know, like, goddamn it, the old lady probably needed a purpose to piss her off. I'm special. I'm the Empress after all. Okay. Father told me to control everything. Yeah, you dead to me, mom. This is probably a slap or something. It's probably going to be like, yeah, I think she's gonna come and slap her daughter here. But I do feel that the old lady just didn't tell her to piss her off, right? Come on. She was like, oh, it was so sudden. Like, she probably was like, sorry about that. Man, you know it, man. You know I'm right. The old lady was like, haha, got you. Kuruno, man. Here again. He needs to go and find his girl, man. Yuki. Because Yuki is the one that she could bully. I don't know, yeah. She's like, Yuki is the little one she can be like slap around, I guess, yeah. I was so happy finding Yuki. I was like, I could mock you. It's like, I was happy meeting Yuki that I could abuse or something. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Man, these people in their relationship. I could be when you try to kill like 3 of them. Some good questions there. When did everything fall apart? Like, maybe I tried to kill that woman. Maybe that's when people started disliking me. Yeah, like, I don't know about that. I think it's an interesting thing that I've been wondering for a very long time. Can they leave this village? Or whatever they live, village. But just a minute, can they leave the city? It feels like they're stuck to her. The change actually a distance thing. I'm just thinking like in climax and by the climax so on the anime. You can't leave your mother's kind of like you're stuck. Maybe the chain makes it they actually can't like leave the actual area. It's been a theory I had for a while, right? Because aren't they all living in the same city and so on? Yeah, and they never said that anyone from the Summer family ever left the city. So I can see that being a thing too, right? It's like they come back, they can't leave, right? Yeah, they're stuck like literally in chains. In some kind of soul distance. Like, but I can easily see it how if they leave the city, you know, maybe they die, right? Maybe the soul gets destroyed, or it's too painful to actually go outside from not the city itself, but more the area as a distance, right? If you leave her distance too much, they might die, right? Unless, of course, like Mobo and they get free and they can leave, actually, of course. But there's a lot of flashbacks now here. Yeah, they are leaving though. I mean, yeah, of course, Kuruma can leave. Then no chains. Oh, Mom is back. Mom is back with anger. Old lady's there too. The classic, the classic trio of the knife. Man, it's Yandere Mom coming here. Man, being turned down by Shigure really pissed her off, man. That was like, she couldn't sleep with Shigure. Now she's. She really hates her mom for obvious reasons, but like, I want to do everything to rub it in her face. Maybe she would give it to her. Yeah, it'd be a weird thing. She's like, whatever, I don't care about my. I was gonna throw it and the ash should fly or something. Because it's like it's ash, right? So. Or what did Papa say when she died then? Okay. My powers live with you or something? Oh, okay, it's like Papa is here in soul right there. He was probably a good father though. He was married like a really weird. He just married a very, very weird woman that was like, you know, very thirsty for him. He might actually have liked her though, I don't know, like but she was probably very, I mean, she's a very codependent, you know, yandere lady, right? She's very, yes, she's very, typical yanderes are very codependent, so she was actually probably a good wife to him, right? You know, mad in love with him, you know. Dangerously in love with him, so to speak. She throws the ash here. Maybe it's empty though. It could be a thing if it's empty. It would surprise me if she actually already poured it out, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already like, you know, thrown away the ash somewhere to piss her off, right? So she's like, take it, and it's like empty probably. That I can see definitely being empty here. Or maybe that was as to begin with. But of course she hates her mom though, so she always hated her. She's like, oh, no. Don't listen to your mom. She's a mean woman, yeah, like she. Of course, the old lady, the old hag has always been playing this. It's empty. His soul, but maybe she lied, right? I don't know, man. The old hag has been like, maybe she. But it's the emperor, right? She poured it out earlier, right? Oh, did the old hag lie then? I guess she probably knows that the old hag, right? So there was never no ash to begin with. Wait, what chain was that then? Her chain? Mom? What? Random guys like, I'm free! What was that? What was that? He's like, hug me, mom. I won't turn into a, yeah. He's like, I want to hug my sister, so I'm free now, something. That was like really weird. He's like, oh, I'm free. Woo! Freedom! What? Yeah, but then he's like, I want to hug my sister, so now I'm free or something. Similar to Momo. It's like, I want to hug my sister or my mom, right? Yeah, similar to Momo. Yeah, now mom can hug him too here, yeah. And of course, his sister doesn't get it, but she's like a baby, so yeah. She's like, what's happening? Yeah, the baby sister doesn't understand, of course, how he's, why he's crying. But, you know, maybe. But that was sudden, though. She's gonna stab her mom. And I was like, what? I lost a person over there? Stupid people getting free? Man, no, mom might grab the knife, though. Mom is like, could he... What's wrong? Yeah, it's like, loser! I love it. Yeah, there's I like the older maid. It's like, you gave her the fake box! Yeah, it's like, you have to blame this old lady. Come on, this old lady's been doing shit forever, too. She's always been a, a bastard every episode, but she's clearly been, like, playing it. Yeah, she's like, I gave him the empty box to make him happy or something. Yeah, that old lady's clearly been playing the family too, right? For her own, I don't know. She's crazy. You're all crazy, man. But actually, why wouldn't she have the ash, though? Oh, she's known it for a lie, I guess. Oh, it's like an invincible power. It's the Schrödinger's box here. Maybe it's like some kind of invincible power in the box. I can't see the ash. Okay, I can't see the ash, yeah. Yeah, it's an empty box of life. Or lies. But I guess she knew she's beginning then. Could have told her mom about it earlier. Maybe she could have a good relationship with the mom. Could have told her mom that there was the old hag that lied to them. Could have, united her hatred for the old hag, right? Could have fired the old hag earlier. Well, I mean, Kuno is never gonna leave, even though he's already free. Until the course, best girl is gonna take him, right? Hopefully, best girl. Best girl. Well, the Soma's not getting free though. It was interesting how just random Soma is like, I'm free! I'm free over here! It's like, what happened? Yeah, it's like, someone not even, there was a cool scene, yeah. Someone not even at the, I mean, you would imagine someone watching this thing, like Shigure will walk by and be like, what? Or someone actually, seeing this knife thing would be like, what? And then they would get free. But no, someone not even observing what's happening jumped off for freedom and got changed free. That was an interesting take on it, definitely. Didn't see that coming. Oh no! Kuruno! What about best girl's love, man? He might survive this though, but I don't know, because now Akito is like, so I killed the only guy that likes me? And then he runs away. He's quite like, okay, now, if it's like, what happened? first he was like, don't run. What? Oh, come on. Ignore this stupid thing. She should clearly not go for that. She should be like, save Kuruno. Oh, of course. It's like, goddamn cats and mom killers. What she's the U-girl. U-best girl. Yeah, he's like a dead bird. Because Kuruno is a bird, so it's I understand the symbolism, anime! You can't kill my freaking favorite best, she's her love interest, come on. Now, I'm never gonna love your anime if you kill off Kuruno. Who's U gonna be in love with that? Come on, U deserves some love too. She barely had the sweet and this season, but U deserves some love too, man. It's almost pissing me off more than making me sad, man. Because I wanna see God and Mu being happy too, right? And of course he's a bird, so she's to find a dead bird. I mean, I get the symbolism. God damn it. And also I want to see what happened with Mom and Koi, but maybe next episode then, because now she's like, don't leave Koi. We're talking about my mom. Yeah, the sun is very bright here. It's very, very hot here now. Last week it was hot here. And, you know, I have sun for like... I was out walking yesterday for 5 hours. Roughly 5-6 hours yesterday. And, I mean, even because it was not so long, right, the sun started going down. But, yeah, I have sun for like 23 hours or something. Like, seriously. The sun is only down for like... It goes down at like... quite early to it. The sun goes down at like 2 or something. And it's up at like 4 or something now. So it's like 23 hours sunlight here. So it's very bright outside. I see my face is very bright here because it's too bright outside. But it's real as I've seen that in my face. I'm like, man, it looks like I'm pale as a ghost watching the episode. But obviously, Kyokou is gonna be alive because I'm in denial. So he's not dead. He's not a ghost. Yeah, I mean, he's not my favorite character. I will admit that I don't care about him in that sense, but he's a love interest of my favorite girl, right? I mean, if I could marry one girl in Fruit Basket, right, or a boy, but I would pick U. Yeah, the matter gender called U-chan is that's my wife who come on this anime. There's a reason you have a U-chan here, right? And then Mom. Or of course Tohru's mommy. Oh damn it. Oh man. He's probably gonna die, right? I don't know, would he die there? Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, I don't wanna see that happening. I've been hoping for some cute epilogue, right? I could see why Akito stabbed him though, because he was the first one to leave the chains. He was the first one to get free from her, powers, right? So I could see why she would hate him the most, even if they slept together like many times. His anime is so, it's like the most toxic relationship anime ever. I'm like laughing, crying at it. It is so toxic. He's like, oh, you slept with me 20 times or something. I don't know. They slept for years, right? She and Kuro, she stabbed him to kill him. So man, this anime is like, yeah, she stabbed her, I guess, her primary lover, right? Because she sleeps with him and Shigure and maybe someone else, right? That's her 2 main boys, right? She sleeps with, and she's tried to kill one of them. So yeah, this anime is like, yep, here we go. She stabbed her primary lover. That's like, that's a nice anime. But I could see why she hates him, right? Because again, he's the first one to leave her, right there. Yeah, and then of course Yu finds a dead bird because that's like, he's a bird. He's the rooster. So yeah, like the symbolism is the symbol. Yeah, and it takes like it's dead. So the symbolism is it's pretty clear. It definitely is foreshadowing that he's dying then, right? Ubi finds a dead bird, he's the bird, and she's like, it's dead. So, I mean, yeah, it definitely foreshadowing that he's actually gonna die, and her love interest is die when she found it. It's it's very on the nose though, that he's gonna die then as a bird. But I don't know. I mean, he got stabbed. She actually kind of stabbed him and pulled down the knife a bit, or she kind of pushed the knife. So it wasn't just like one stabbing, actually it was kind of like a movement in his body that probably ruptured some of his organs. So that made it way worse. But otherwise though, I mean, they have like a doctor at the place, right? We have a doctor, and they have all these maids or aides, whatever it's called in Japanese. But a maid, it's a maid, but they have like these housekeepers, right? It's kind of it's called kanrin in Japanese, kanrin. Like a housekeeper thing, kanrin. But there's something like that. So kind of aides, so kind of kanrin, so kind of maid, right? She found him there immediately, and just after the stabbing, right? That was like maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds afterwards, right? She hears the screaming, kind of gets there, and she's going for help, right? She screams and tries to get to help. He might survive, right? I mean, it's not like Akito did it and no one, like she saw it immediately afterwards. So he definitely has a chance to survive. I think that's fair, But that being said, though, they clearly did visualize that Akito like kind of moved it in his body, right? So it wasn't just like one. It was like a, yeah, kind of probably hurt a lot of his organs. So yeah, if you're going from like a logical, realistic standpoint or something, it's yeah, like it doesn't look too good, I guess, because she really kind of. They really show how she both her hands and she kind of pulled it down, right? I want to look at it again here. I don't see it again, but she pushed into him from the back, and then she cries like, "Oh, I hate you," and bastard. And she kind of pulls out too, and it's usually better, and she runs away with the actual weapon. It's usually better, to. I mean, if you don't want to kill them, but I mean, it's usually better, right? This is like a thing. Because I've been fighting some people. I'm just like experienced street fighter, but not what I am. I've been in many fights in my life, right? Many fights. That's why I'm so rough, and that's why I'm blind in one eye, so almost. But you can't see that these days. But I used to have a huge scar. It's because my eye. I mean, I had eye surgery a few years ago because I'm almost blind in my left eye, so I got stabbed in that eye. But I had another scar. I still have this scar though. It's under my eyebrows. I have a scar here actually under my eyebrow. It's like an eye scar, and I used to have this, big. When I was a teenager, I used to have this huge head bump thing for half a year or so. When I had like a scar, but it actually kind of shrank down over the years. You can't see it now because it's only under the eyebrow. But it's like it had like a knife kind of scar there or so as well there, and I've been standing my. So I have a lot of experience with this thing. But anyway, my point is that if you get this knife into you, right. What actually saves you easier is leaving it in your body, right? Because the blood is just gonna flow as easier outside your body. So you will lose less blood if you have it inside your body. But Akito is like, kind of pulls it out, kind of almost rips it out of him. So that also makes the blood flow way faster. So he probably will die then. I feel it really looks like a death scene there because like she kind of rips it out of him. Like I'm looking at it again here. Yeah, she kind of like pushes him away and even just like so even that's gonna make the blood really flow there. So she makes like it's like a really executional scene there. But okay, let's go on to something else because that was terrible. I don't want to see freaking Kurun die. I mean, again, right? Who's gonna marry Ushan? Who Ushan's gonna be with? Tohru, right? Who's gonna end up with Ushan, man? She only loved that boy, man, the bird. Anyway, let's talk. That scene is over. He's dead, maybe. Hopefully not. But I mean, it's always like anime realism. They have magical powers, but I still think it's fair to say that. Last point about that. I think it's fair to say that when an author writes something, right? If it's a good author, they're gonna portray the damage, right, in a reasonable way. So if you portray the damage that the bad guy Akito puts in and drags it around and then flips it out, that's right. You're definitely portraying that this is not like a simple, this is not like, this is like, this is like freaking, like, so I feel the author really wants to portray that the likelihood of surviving is very low, right? It's not one of those like quick shifts and run away, and this is like, so, but anyway, but still, I mean, it's an anime, so of course to have some powers, they must survive, but, I think I think it makes sense to look at that kind of thing in a storyline, right? A bit okay. What is the author trying to say here? That is dead, right? Probably. But I'm hoping though. But of course. But anyway, it's an interesting scene. He breaks free, I guess, because he wants to touch his sister. I felt it wasn't really explained that well, but it wasn't explained at all really. He just my sister, so it wasn't really explained. But I guess it's similar to Momo. That he wants to hug his sister, right? And his mom, of course. His mom hugging his behind him. You can't see the mom in this scene, but the mom is like behind him hugging them, right? So he wanted to hug his sister or play with his sister, I guess, right? Of course, with his powers, if he does that, he will turn into his zodiac form. So he kind of like, I guess, got free. So he could finally, play with his sister like a normal Onishan, And then mom, of course, was like, yay! And they all hug, three of them. And I think it was kind of cute, the little emote. She's like, oh, what's happening? Mom and Onishan, gosh, Onishan, they're both crying. And she's like, what are you crying for? Yeah, she has no understanding why they're crying, but it's a cute scene. But it feels very similar to Momo. Like he's like, I'm tired of this family issue here. I can't deal with my sister and mom and so on. I can't touch my, I want to be able to do that. Right? So he's got free from just, I guess, desire of that, willpower of that, something like that. And it was, I like how it was written there. Like it happened just exactly during when she had stabbed her mom there, which made, of course, Akito stop because she felt the pain of losing another zodiac and like, oh, what happened? And yeah, it's like, what's happening? It was an interesting scene there because when I first saw the chain breaking, I always thought that like Shigure or someone's gonna walk by, right, and see this, like she's trying to stab my Ara. I mean, yeah, before I saw that we turned into this scene, my guess, if we didn't see who got freed, right, if we didn't see anyone, let's say that we saw the cutting of the chain and then it jumped to Tohru or whatever, yeah, completely irrelevant to this actual scene before we got here, then I would guess that, it's probably Shigure, because if Shigure walked in there, saw her trying to stab, Ara mom, he would be like, what, what's happening, and then might make his chain break, right? But no, it's like a completely different. So I liked it, yeah, he kind of went to this like very, like a random person in the Zodiac, just getting free because they're tired of this crap, right? Yeah, so, yeah, but I like it, yeah, I liked it that it was like, someone got free because of this shit is bad, right? Regardless of the actual mommy-daughter knife fight scene, yeah. So that was really cool. That was a nice twist, I suppose, in generally. Like a twist, but you know what I mean, like a twist, but you know what I mean. I would have guessed it would be someone else actually seeing the knife fights, right? It would be like what? But it definitely connects to why she stabs, I guess, poor Kuruno, because of course, again, he's the one that first left her, right, with the chain, and feeling that the chains are breaking, with Momo and so on too, right? She gets more desperate and more crazy, but also probably blames Kuruno as being the original breaker, right? So she blames him probably that the other ones can get free as well. Like that makes sense, I think, from... So then actually, I mean, actually, to defend Akito here, I mean, she's a crazy like mother side, what's it called, the patricide, yeah, mother side, or yeah, mother side, killing her lover and all this stuff, right? She's cray, right, clearly, but in her defense though, it does make sense that she would try to stab Kuruno, if anyone, kinda, because he is the original breaker of the chain, so that she would blame him in generally blaming him, right, for this guy getting free, or for Momo getting free, or whatever, so on, right? That is like, she's evil, but there is some logical path there. I mean, I can't see her. You know what I mean? I like it. I mean, I don't want him to die, but you know what I mean? Like, she's evil and she's a maniac and so on, but you can't see her logic at least. Like, she's clearly gonna blame the first chain breaker for the chain reaction right now. It's funny. Chain, yeah, but you know what I mean? She's gonna, he started the chain reaction in her perspective, right? So I can see why she hates him, even though she made love to him like 50 times or whatever. That's what's so weird in episode 2, because she should hate him the most then, if that's her argument, that he's the chain breaker, and then she's like, he's also her primary lover though. So yeah, this anime has so much toxic love that it's like, this anime is so, I'm like laughing at it, crying at it. This anime is like, holy shit, man, it's just sort of depraved storyline. She's like, should I stab her lover because it's not his fault, but kinda his fault something happened. I would say one thing about the episode is thick, man. This episode has so much thick, a lot of action. I don't say disappointed, but I really wanted to explain this thing. I mean, again, it's gonna be that he killed mom, right? It's something with, there is something with Kyo and why, Toru's mom died, right? With Kyokou. There is something with that. It didn't display it again, maybe next episode. Disappointed might be the wrong word, but I definitely do want to see this thing finally being explained. As I mentioned at the beginning in the opening, I really want to see it explained. But again, I think that I'm gonna be probably right, or it is roughly what I said in my theory, because this again points to that clearly. Come on, like, he's in the accident. He's clearly involved in the accident that killed Kyokou, right, Toru's mom. He's clearly involved in that accident. That's why he's having this like PTSD and like this nightmares about her like zombified version, telling him that it's all his fault, right? Why else would Kyo be like, oh, I'm visited by Toru's mom telling me that I killed her, like, you know what I mean? So it has to, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm 100% confident in my theory, but I do feel that scene definitely added to my theory again, right? That he probably did accidentally, indirectly kill her mom, right? Come on, like, clearly, come on, like, this is why is he dreaming of her telling him that he killed her? Like, you know what like it kind of feels like it's adding on that it's right. So maybe next episode we finally get that scene. But otherwise, I mean, the episode was amazing anyway. But I mean, I was hoping to finally have that concluded. It started with that a bit there. Then you have, you know, Mama and so on. This old lady though, it's interesting how the old lady's always been playing the family for her own ideas, right? With the box being a lie and so on. And then the other aide screaming at her and so on. It's your fault giving her an empty box. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm just, yeah, the old lady's been playing the family there for I don't know, 10 plus years, right? And if she never gave the box to Akito, you have to blame the old hag, you know, to some extent, right? You cannot not blame the old hag, right? I mean, here of course showing the box, and I guessed that it was gonna be empty. I mean, I will admit though that I said that maybe Akito, you know, poured it out somewhere before, but I felt that when she threw it to her mom, that yeah, I felt like okay, it's probably empty, right? Well, she probably wouldn't throw it that. I felt like she knew that it was empty. That's what she threw it to, like, F you mom, you know what I mean? That's probably what she threw it. So that's why I kind of felt it immediately. Okay, it's gonna be empty. But I mean, she's standing there on the side, right? You know, the old hag. Yeah, like you have to still give the old hag a lot of credits for effing up the family, because she's like gives the daughter the empty box thing and tells her that it is father in the box, even though she knows it isn't, and she could have probably, you know, made the ass of that thing. So that's kind of a weird thing generally. What happened to the body then? And then this box has been, you know, this kind of containment toxic, right, between the mother and daughter. And the old lady always knew that it was empty, but she hated the mom, right, because she used to be an aide, right? So she's like, screw it, I won't tell her that it's empty or tell the daughter to fight about it. She just like makes them fight about it more. She clearly, like, you know, fueled on that the mother and daughter fight, right, for many years. And so on, and also, you know, effed up the daughter in her brain, right? Because she's like, open the box, it's empty, and she was like Schrodinger's soul cat thing, fox, I don't know, and she was like, where's my papa and so on, right? So you have to give a lot of credit for the old hag ruining the relationship even worse, and then never trying to help them to, you know, to piece it out, just actually making it worse instead. It always is fueling on it, right? Because she hates the mom, right? Because she took because she seduced the manor, right? She seduced the king, so to speak, right? So clearly her personal hatred towards Randy definitely makes the general relationship between everyone worse. And she did it on purpose, I guess, generally. But it's kind of, the old hag is a despicable character, because she's like, oh, I know this like teenage girl. She's like, you know, killing people left and right, hating everyone, and trying to kill her mom and this stuff, right? And instead of trying to resolve that, trying to help that girl not being a murderous person, right? But that's something, but to generally help her with her own pain and all that. So she kind of fuse on it because she hates one of the victims so much, right? Yeah, she hates the mom so much that she's willing to, like, you know, throw, yeah, like not help anyone else in the family, in the zodiac and so on, because she hates the mom so much. She's enjoying seeing the mom being in pain. She's like, this is good, yeah. So everyone else can be in pain too. So yeah, she's basically sacrificing everyone else just to see the mom being in more torment, right? Very. I mean, arguably, I think honestly, I mean, obviously Akito is trying to kill Kurono. Maybe she just killed Kurono. So Akito again is the main antagonist, that sort of person. But I think the old hag. She have a name, but the old hag, I think, is the worst person in the anime, isn't she? Okay, as my end reviewer point, I say that the old hag is the worst person because she kind of knows what's happening. She knows the truth, and she's always kind of fueled on it. And also, I mean, when Akira died, she was like, "Oh, I didn't have time to call you. You know, shit happens." She was kind of, I mean, it was pretty clear that when the husband was dying there for Ren, right? She probably could have gotten her and told her husband was dying, that he was gonna die. But she didn't tell her, so she was like, oh, sorry, shit happens, you know. So she, you know, she was always been, that of course caused some of her emotional pain, and also generally, you know, arguably, maybe not. But if Ren was there when her husband died, talking to her and the daughter, right, to Akito when he was dying, that maybe their relationship wouldn't be as bad, right? But anyway, I mean, the old hag did it on purpose, right, to make it worse. I think the old hag is the worst person, probably. because the daughter is insane, right? The mom is insane. They've had their insanity. They have kind of like an insanity plea, right, to defend their murder attempts. I mean, yes, they both are trying to murder people with knives. They're very, very younger, but you know, the old hag is just doing it because she hates one person, and she's letting other people be injured or killed or whatever, used to get revenge basically against one woman, right? She's like manipulating everyone else in her own just hate of one person, and she's just doing it out of malice, right? She's not. No one actually hurt her, right? No one actually made her crazy. He's just doing it on the side, just be like, revenge, bitch. Yeah, so she's clearly the worst person. I think the old hag is the worst person in the whole anime. Come on, she's the worst person. She's a real antagonist because Akito is insane and can defend saying that I'm insane. The old hag is just playing everyone to be like, I hate you so much, you know. So yeah, she's horrible, really, really horrible. But yeah, anyway, that's a really big episode, long review, a really big episode. Everything happens. Kurono probably dead. Ooh, alone forever. I can marry her. Good. I can get her shed. It's good for me at least. One person just breaking the chain out of the side. But yeah, I guess Shigure is right that the chains are gonna break us eventually because they're all together. So no matter what Akito does, the chain probably will break. Of course, she makes everything worse by killing one of them. So you know, and try to kill the other ones. But it is strange though that Horse couldn't get free by being tormented by Akito, and also attempted to murder more than once. But the other guys, like Momo, was the one who can get free, even though Akito doesn't really hurt them. So there is I think that to me is that bothers me a little bit. I'm fine with Cat not being free because Cat is like, I have to be free last, I get that. I can see the logic in that, but I think that Rin should also make herself free long time ago. So I have to say. That makes me a little bit like, come on, why isn't the Rin free? If this guy can get free and the other guy can get free, but not Rin, she's way worse than Rin. So I feel Rin should be the first one to leave the ship, right? I feel Rin should be the first one to get free for anyone, like, because she's the one that, maybe Yuki, but I don't know, because Yuki, you can argue that Yuki is like this weird, Stockholm syndrome kind of thing going on a little bit, but not with Rin, man. Rin just hates her. So I think Rin doesn't have Stockholm syndrome at all. No, she's just afraid of her anything, but more just hatred, right? So I feel Rin should be free the first, honestly. So that I would say the only thing that bothers me with the storyline is that Rin hasn't been free yet, because she should hate her the most, right? It really is like, well, so hopefully she gets free soon here, because I feel that should be the most natural Shane freedom thing. But anyway, long review, yeah, very good episode. I just wish they explained what happened to Mom. That might be next episode, right? Tohru is confronting Kyo in the last scene there, and Kyo has his dreams about killing Mom, right? And his own mom. So he's a double mom killer. Yeah, so he has a dream of killing his mom, right? So his mother-in-law and his own mother. So a lot of mom killing that guy. That guy, he's not like Shigure. Shigure, he smashes moms, and Kyo is like, he kills moms. Yeah, that's a very different approach to how to get to know Mom. Yeah, very, very different approach. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow with Slime, and we're gonna play Resident Evil. In a few hours from now, we're gonna play more Resident Evil Village, which we just killed a mom there. Yeah, yesterday we killed Arara mom, the evil yandere mom in that game. For that matter though, man, her daughters, they are really yandere. They come after you with their knives and shit, right? And they're like, I want some man use. So you're like, okay, game, I don't like it's not even hidden in the game. They're like, I want some powerful man blood use. You're like, yeah, I wonder what that means. Yeah, it's like, and then one of them, when you fight them, she keeps saying like, oh, don't you love me? I love you more. Yeah, so they really sound like, like they sound like this woman exactly. Yeah, they're like, don't you love me the most? I will love you. Yeah, I mean seriously. I mean, I'm not even joking. That game, the first castle there with the Arara big milf mom with Oppice and and her daughters, they really have some weird toxic yandere love storyline with the main character. They keep saying like, oh, I will love you long time, basically. Yeah, you're like, what? So like it really is written like by some, yeah, it feels very similar to this Shigure Ren thing. It really does.